Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to learn in this lecture is about responsive design. So first of all, let's discuss what is responsive design. So let's say this is a monitor and this is a design. And this is not a wide screen. Let's assume this is a square monitor that was available around let's say pre 2010, where widescreen was not a very uh, you can say available everywhere. This is the monitor design, and initially the websites were usually locked and center, so that even if the size of the monitor increases, that is like something like this. Let's say I increase the size of this screen. Let's say first of all let's design the so this red side is a design. Okay, so as soon as the sizes of the screens became bigger, it wasn't the website was in center and it did not look that bad. Okay, so let's say right pre 2000 and web design and measures, as you can see, this is when UX, and then there is let's say this St. John's Bible for Christian people, and this is Amazon. You can see here the left and right have some equal or some share of border left. So even if you zoom in, zoom out, the actual content was fixed in pixel values and in the center of the screen. Same is the case here. You can see some side left and right is left. And let's say this MSN. Actually, this is the pure example of how pre-2010 website looked like. So as you can see, a huge area is left here because in older days, although there were different monitors of different sizes, there was always the issue of how website, how much website is flexible. So there was no way to handle it properly. Like uh, there was no wide screen actually. So all these websites were designed in such a way that their content was always in center aligned mode. Okay, so whenever you zoom in, zoom out, although let's assume this whole screen is now even the black is a large size monitor, the website will be in the center. Okay, but for mobile application this was not possible. So came the CSS2, and CSS2 simply means that it told the designer that you don't have to worry about different devices like mobile and stuff. We have targeted three different devices. One is desktop. Okay, there is desktop. Let's say this is a monitor, and then there were tablets like iPad 1 and iPad 2. And taking so much time and drawing, I don't know. I guess I love to draw. So this is an iPad, and then there is this mobile. Okay, and mobile. Let's say Windows Phone or some size is very big. So only three kind of devices were usually found: tablet, mobile. Mobile can also be considered as a personal data assistant device that is called PDA. So you have these three devices really available during the early 2010s or 2008 to 2012. Okay, So CSS2 targeted in such a way that it said, I'm designing for desktop, I'm designing this chunk of code for tablets, I'm designing this chunk for phones. So it only targeted the generic device. Okay. So the issue came when there were different kind of phones. Like, let's say there were smaller phones, and then there were extremely large like this. Okay, this is way too much exaggerated. So I'm just gonna write it. So these are different devices, one, two, three. Okay, so you cannot assume that just prefix of writing that I'm designing for phones will work for this device or this device or this device. Okay, the first or second or third one. So this was a big confusion. So CSS came with new technology after 2014 maybe. I don't know the exact date, but it targeted based on the dimensions of the screen. So it didn't matter how much big bezel is there. Bezel means this non-screen part of the tablet or mobile phone, this black area. The white area here, or let's say this dark gray area here, is actually the dimension of this area, this one. Okay, this. Okay, so looked at dimensions in diagonal, look both way, horizontal, vertical, like this. Okay, like anyway. So these were the devices that were targeted usually. But now when we look at the horizontal and vertically, so it means it's talking about height, and so this height and width usually in screen is calculated by the value of pixels. Okay. For pixels like 200 pixels, 300 pixels, the wide screen monitors usually have uh, so, so anyway, sorry, someone came on the door. Okay, so continuing, where were we? Yes. So this is how devices were calculated by width in pixels and height in pixels, because that's the actual measurement way of calculating the device resolution. Okay, so as soon as we came with the wide screen monitors, as you can see here, this is a wide screen. So it started calculating only the size of this screen, not this taskbar here in the bottom, menu bar or address bar, just this screen. Okay, so assuming there is no UI design, so what happens is this: you are doing squeezing it, uh, let's say inspected different squeezing it. Okay, uh, okay. So this is what happens when there is no way to actually understand. If you want same mobile device website to be shown on mobile, how do you handle it? So to handle it at runtime, basically this is a runtime because browser actually has executed the code and entered the UI. Now what can you do? So the first thing you do is write this meta viewport. This viewport actually tells the website or web design that now the device of the width of the screen is actually the device screen's width. So what is device screen width? This area, the red area, sorry, this dark gray area, as you can see here in mobile, not the bezel. This area is called the device and device view. And device view has width and height. So when I say device width, it automatically understands that now I have to verify if my current width is 400 pixels, 500 pixels, then it targeted on that basis. For example, usually mobile devices come in category of 480 pixel of width. So as soon as you squeeze it, as you can see at this area, you will see there will be pixels in width and height. So I'm reducing the width. You can see as soon as I get to the 480, this is the usual width for the mobile phones. Okay. You can see here that this is the maximum 480 pixel, means either 480 pixel or less than 480 pixels. So let's say iPhone SE is 375, 12 Pro is 390, then there is Surface Pro. Now this is like a tablet, so let's not talk about that. A51, but you can see the width of the device is less than 480 pixels. Okay, so give me 2 minutes. So anyway, so you can see here is that it's either 480 or less than 480. Most of the mobile phones are in the category of less than 480. Even if we talk about S20 Ultra, which is a very huge phone, it's the 412 pixel, means 480 more than enough. It's universal value considered as the mobile screen. Okay, so as soon as CSS3 came, it instead of targeting uh, the mobile device, it targeted the mobile or any device's resolution. That's why we write here is width is equal to device width. Means it's telling the web design that please trigger the CSS based on the viewport or device view. Okay. Device view means device's screen size. You can say it in alternate form like device width, device height, anything, but we will target only width because height is absolutely sorry adjustable based on the width of the screen, and usually websites are very long in terms of, okay, because they are one page side. Usually we scroll down, not scroll left or up. Usually we scroll down. So height is flexible, and height is like inline block or inline element where height is decided based on the elements available in that container. So when you write this, all you have to do is let's ignore this inner bracket and let's talk about just the media query. Basically, media query triggers right that it keeps checking that what is the size of the screen, and it checks that if it's uh, 480 or less than 480, it knows that now it's a mobile device. So it triggers additional CSS, and this CSS classes are actually same classes that we have already used here. So what I'm trying to do here is that as soon as we go to the mobile view, this navigation panel is uh, you can say disappeared, and hamburger is shown, on which click, then vertical menu is presented. Where is vertical menu? And well, where vertical menu is presented here, you can see this V menu. It's right now minus 100 VH. Oh, sorry, VW. So it's outside the screen. So media screen means that we are targeting the screen of the device. And if its max width is 480 or less than 480, then simply uh, show the hamburger, which by default is hidden here, display none, because in normal desktop there is no need for hamburger because there is vertical menu. Okay, so you see hamburger display none, and then you show that horizontal menu needs to be hidden. So as soon as I save this and now run this, as soon as you see at the top level there is this pixel value changing. As soon as I hit the 480 criteria, see here, this is 485. As soon as I go less than 480, now your navigation menu, horizontal navigation menu is hidden, and now your media query is detected. So here simply I have written that whenever I hover at hamburger, it opens the menu which we have done in the last. Okay, but you want media query for printing the paper. Sometimes the printing paper design is very bad. Sometimes you realize there is no need to print the, let's say there are some containers. Let me draw a table. Okay, table, body. This contains some student record. They are PD, and let's say PD means column. Table data, you can say Ali Mubin. There is 1112135 business ID, and then you have this computing program, and you have 09. So contact number. Let's move this. Let's say these are multiple. Asim 45. Okay. These are two records. There are multiple refresh. Now these records, let's give it some CSS because there is no border or table. Let's say border collect table one fix, and let's give it this. Enter. What? I'm not giving it heading. This is more than enough. Give an example. You can use print media query here. So let's say you are giving the record of Ali Mubin, sorry, student, that how many students are in PS computing. So we don't need to give contact number because we just want to see how many students are enrolled in BS computing. So what we can do is, this is first column, this is second column, the third column, and this is fourth column. But this computer design, there cannot be first column directly, but it starts with zeroth column. So table tr, sorry, table td and child, you write here 3. You write this. So let's check it. How does it see? You can see here uh, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, but in UI design looks like there is no zeroth start, so it will be like, okay. So now you can see here during print, what I did was hide the fourth column because I don't want to give the confidential information to the unauthorized personnel, okay, or person. This is how media print works. But usually you work with MediaScreen because you are just going to show the user interface to the person who is using in mobile, or and if someone is not using in mobile but in tablet, their value will be between 1024 pixel. Okay, so it means that greater than 480 pixel and less than 1024 pixels or 1025 pixels. This UI will work. Okay, so this is how world works. So let's say body background red, copy this here, body background green. What happens? Normally it will be normal UI. Here this means this is a desktop. As soon as you go to the tablet UI, color will change. As soon as you go towards the mobile view, color will change. So it's detecting the based on the resolution. So this is how uh, responsive design works. Let's do one other example. Let's hide this body color because I just wanted to show you through colors that what is happening. Hide this step. Let's make a container class here, and outside the media queries here dot container width and EW margin 0 auto, and let's give it a border 1 px solid silver and padding of 2, and let's say we are putting some containers inside it with class box. So this box will be code box, height 200 pixels, width 5%. It's based on the parent. Let's check if we have set the box sizing border. So width is this background silver, and let's check it. Yeah, I haven't said this. Okay, so this is one box. So as soon as I make multiple boxes, okay. So the question first thing is that we have to write is float left, because if we want to do the box sizing property, it should be float left. Now the issue is when you do float left, now your parent div has border somewhere here, but not going down and containing all this inside the border because it's not adjusting its height. So if I write display inline block, okay, now it's containing whole. Now the problem is margin 0 will not work. So what we will do is use display, sorry, position absolute left 5 EW because we have 90 weight. Okay, let's see kind of mistake here. So take it off. So body there is relative. So it was just telling it that your absolute property is not the screen but body tag. So everything will be fine now. Position absolute left 5W. Let's now enter. This will always be in center. But the issue is all boxes are so much merged that we can't see the if this is the first box or this is second box. They look all like single entity or single shape. What we can do is put some padding instead of margin, because if we put margin and it will go greater than the 100% width of the container and some boxes will come down. Okay, so how many boxes I have made? 25 into 4 is okay. So padding 5px, and now put the container inside the box called content dot content, and let's say background is hash fff, and no, sorry, background is silver here, and height is 100%. Let's let's check. Okay, so as soon as you do this and check. Okay, so it's considering it as a box. Oh, okay, I haven't saved index page. Now you will have the same box, but now let's apply the same UI all the books. Now you will see here is there. Issue is you don't do the responsiveness or apply the media equity. when you squeeze it, the width is too narrow to actually display what is normally available inside these small. What you do is, see, let's say, let's check how does it look on tablet. Uh, Still good. So let's say we don't need to edit it on tablet. So let's print it. Target the box. Okay. What you write is box lot. And so what happens is load property is nullified and everything comes down like this as soon as it's C. Now it's a new line even though there is space. What else I will do is write width because currently width is 25%. I wrote 100%. So as soon as you go inside this, now it will take the area. Now this one looks way better because now in mobile it will cover the area that is greater than the 25. So this is how to 200% because if you check here, if it's 25%, this is how it will look in the small way because 25 means here is that parent is 90 VW, 25 will be in this area. Okay. So this is how responsiveness works. I hope you understood it, and now as soon as you apply it, this is how it. You can even check in this styles element that as soon as you hit the 480 pixels criteria, media query is appeared. As soon as you go outside of it, media query is appeared. Okay. So I hope this is very much